Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Monte Carlo, the new stages available for Dirt Rally 2.0 in the DLC, which would have been free if you paid for the deluxe edition, or the premium pass, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyway, I am once again driving my fabulous Fabia World Rally car. So far my favourite car that I've actually got a chance to play extensively in this game so far. While we're on the subject, thank you very much everybody for all of the views I got on my last Dirt Rally 2.0 video where I featured this car. There was no commentary, it was just a stage in Spain, and so far it's sitting at just over 3,000 views. So thank you very much to everybody who viewed that video. I really appreciate the support. Now then, let's get into Monte Carlo, shall we? The stages are exactly the same as what we got in Dirt Rally, so for all intents and purposes you can think of this as a remaster of the stages from the previous game. The lighting is much improved in my personal opinion, although the lights on the car don't seem to make much of a difference when entering the tunnel. I actually feature this replay again, or rather another version of this stage in another clip in a minute, although that's in the daylight and you notice it more so there than you do here in a night rally. The lighting is fantastic, as I said. The stage looks a lot more realistic than it did in the first game in my personal opinion, and it will look even better on those of you who are running PCs with properly set up rigs. I, however, play on PS4, for those of you who aren't aware, hence the third person angle, because I play on a gamepad. I know that there are going to be a lot of people who scoff at that, but in reality, games are fantastic because they allow us to play them however we wish. And this is just how I prefer to do it. I did it in Dirt Rally, and I'm going to continue doing it here. I'm going to make no qualms about the fact that I am actually better at Dirt Rally than I am at Dirt Rally 2.0. This has probably got something to do with the physics changes and the fact that the cars have a lot more weight to them. And something I noticed for the Fabia in particular, which is why I'm using it here, because it allows me to judge the stage better because I know the car. Something that occurred to me when I was driving it in Spain is that it has a tendency to understeer, by which I mean it tries to go over the corner when approaching a corner at high speed, which is why I tend to try and use the handbrake to get it around the corners at speed faster. This works really well in Monte Carlo because it just does. It's icy, it's slick, it's not as grippy as Spain, where the tarmac is far drier. Although this is where I'm beginning to have problems with this stage, or rather this event. Now, I don't think this is a problem in the grand scheme of things, it's just something that I've noticed. So, in Monte Carlo in Dirt Rally 2.0, the ice and snow on the track affects your handling far more than it did in Dirt Rally. My opinion is that this is probably down to the stage degradation mechanic, which effectively moves snow from previous cars going up and down the stage. If you're the first one to go down a stage, there is going to be more snow and ice on the road, and because you're using grippy tyres but not snow tyres, you're going to notice this a lot more than if you're one of the last to go. Of course, it also means that if you're one of the last to go and you decide to try not to follow in the tracks of the previous racers that have gone down the stage, you're going to have problems. Big problems. The car grips reasonably well on the tarmac, as far as I can tell, although when you get into the snow and ice, which I will insert a clip of here, you start having handling difficulties. By which I mean, the tyres, while more grippy than standard tarmac tyres, are not as effective as you would hope that they are. And this is the biggest difference I found between Dirt Rally 1's Monte Carlo stages and Dirt Rally 2's Monte Carlo stages. And again, I think this is down to the physics and the stage degradation mechanics. The car just doesn't want to grip, and on an automatic gearbox, yes, I know you're going to scoff at that, but allow me to continue for a moment, if you please. With an automatic gearbox, the car doesn't want to change down, it doesn't want to accelerate as rapidly as it would if it was on normal tarmac. Now, I'm not saying that you should just put your foot down when you're on snow, because that's going to end very poorly, especially if you're in a rear-wheel drive car. But having driven on Monte Carlo in the ice and snow and on the tarmac, in a front-wheel drive car and in my Fabia, I've noticed that it doesn't seem to make an awful lot of difference whether your car's front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. The wheels are going to spin up, you're going to lose traction, and you're going to end up just careening into the nearest barrier. This adds a certain level of difficulty to the stages, which I think was missing in Dirt Rally 1. So much so that I actually set a record in Dirt Rally 1 on a PS4 on a controller in the Subaru Impreza 2001, and I actually won a daily stage. I came first, which was a pretty big thing for me. I've still got the screenshot on my phone, actually, as a matter of fact. But yeah, it just feels a hell of a lot harder in Dirt Rally 2.0 than it did in Dirt Rally 1. Again, I'm just going to clarify now, if I haven't done it enough already, that these are observations, not complaints. I just want you guys to know what you're getting into when you decide to load up Dirt Rally and play Monte Carlo for the first time. It's a hell of a lot of fun and very rewarding when you get it right, but infuriating when you get it wrong. The barriers with the gaps in them, like the ones on my right hand side now, have a tendency of drawing your car into them. So yeah, be careful of those. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers!